Hello, it's wonderful seeing you. Make sure we're in tune. So, the lick that we saw was a 9, 9, 9, 7, 5, 7, 7, 7, 5, 3, 5, 5, 5, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, open. Now with these, underneath the A major, G, A, G, you can feel those. So if we da, da, da. You do a down, up, and slide down, and then a pull off as one variation, or pull off, slide. I like this latter. I like those a lot because they end up being reversible, interchangeable. The thing I was talking about, when you have A major, we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. When we go up to our A string and do that same movement, we can still do that same movement, but we have to do a half step as our third note. 1, 2, 3, half step there, and then out extension to the 7. So we can do a 2, 4, 5, 7 on both the higher strings, the E and the A, but cannot on our lower strings, the G and the D. However, when you get all the way to your octave, if you put your first finger over to there and do the same mechanism you did right here, it works. You can't do the same mechanism up there, but you could do the other mechanisms that was for the A and the E string right here on the E string. And then, thusly, if you go all the way up to right here, you then can do the same pattern here, same two patterns here, and the same two patterns here to get all the way from point A to point B. It's a great caveat. The other idea is being able to use the open notes while playing. So that 9, 9, 9, 7, 5, you could throw a couple open G's in there and maybe a pull off of a how about a open E, a fourth fret on the A string, so A sharp, B, C, C sharp, so E, C sharp, and then we're gonna go down to like what? A F sharp, and then a E. If we have a, we can make a melody out of just moving down those. When you're trying for new notes, hit wrong notes and find out what's right and what's wrong. Over a period of time, you'll definitely find out that your fingers are staying true to course, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth finger extension. Well, with Mando, we kind of think of it like a 4 plus a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because the frets are so small, you could actually move your fingers the other way. When we first met, we talked about going, which means you would have all the notes you would need. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, moving up and down the fretboard. These are all minor second movements, and sometimes it's more comfortable to do half-step movements with certain fingers than it is with others at certain frets. So what we do is we realize what those are with each key signature. Thus far, we've pretty much stayed in G, but we can get out of there. But before we get out of our G major, I want to make sure that our licks can use some sort of openness of that, which uses hammer-ons and pull-offs. So this week, while going through here, try and do a hammer and pull-off off them. Every single one of these frets. Try and go hammer on, put it down, pull it off, and see which ones work. You can do your scales. You can do your minors. You could even do intervals. So you could do. I would try and get more accustomed to doing a lot of these open notes and phrasings. So you could do it. This is a G, right? So. You could use that G note in C. You could use it in A as your sus note. You could use it in D as your fourth. You could use it in a whole bunch of, or not fourth, D, E, F, G, A. D, E, F, G. Yeah, that's your fourth. I don't know what I'm thinking. Anyway, you can use a lot of these movements. Try and go over the picture that's on here and then pull off this. Remember, it doesn't always have to be an A. If you were in B, that wouldn't be a 9 to a 7 to 5. It would be, it would be 11, 10 to 7. No. 11, 9, 7, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7, 5, 4, 5, 4, 2. So when you learn it in A, you also learn it in B, but you might not realize that yet. So maybe try and do it in A and A flat or A sharp and then B. The same thing works in every key. It just depends on what note you want to use for your... which notes you want to use as your open for your hammer and your pull-off. So this week, hammers and pull-offs, concentrate on moving your fingers up and down using your major and minor cycles, 1 interval, 2 interval, 3 interval, stuff like that. And then try and do some of those open movements with that suggested 99975, 7775, 3, 555, so on and so forth. I really enjoyed seeing you this week. I'll see you next week. And you're absolutely right. I think you're chock full on our knowledge. You've followed me thus far. Now let's get some physical hands-on feeling and representation so you can incorporate that into your standard playing. Aloha.